Hi everyone, this is Brian Neal with TradeToBeFree.com, and just want to give you an update today. Had a little problem with my online broker this morning, down for about half an hour or so, both online and in the trading platform. That was the first time I've seen that. Maybe the frontline tech support was down on the beach on vacation in the summertime, but it's back up now. And like I said last week, I normally focus on getting out of the stocks in the 3 Stocks Wealth newsletter that are coming off the list and getting into the ones that are coming on the list. With that strategy, I'm just trying to get into the best 3 stocks each week with the best near-term fundamentals and the best technical trends. We took Applied Optics off the list this week on Thursday night, so I got out here at like 90.50 this morning. I think we'll probably see some kind of rebound. Don't think we'll break the highs today. I think we'll probably stop short of there, and I think we'll see it come back down and again test the 9 or 20 EMA. We might see a bull flag pattern develop on Applied Optics. We'll have to see, but we just rang the register for I think around a 45% profit on Applied Optics within a few weeks, and the swing trade we still have on. The remaining position portion of that we still have on, and we'll keep that until, like I said, until the next push higher to new highs, and once we see a breaking of a daily candle after that. So we got out of Applied Optics, and we also bought last week in this newsletter E-Trade, and ahead of their quarter. I thought their quarter would be really good, and it was. I was trying to get out here at like 41.60 or so because I saw the breaking here of this resistance. So I thought, well, I could probably eke out another 2% on this. Couldn't get out though because the trading platform was down for 40 minutes on this. So I think I got out around in here, and that was like I think 4 or 5% profit for the week. So I mean a few more $1,000 in that, and then Excel got out near the open on that. I think we made a couple percent on that over the past week for some more profits. But I want to show you one of the stocks that looked pretty good earlier in the week. I mentioned it, and again, it was breaking out of that inverted J pattern, bullish inverted J pattern, and a very tall narrow pattern. And I want to show this to you again, how we traded this, and we need to get to a chart we can see here. Yeah, so in the prior video I talked about SORL, and in the newsletter about it breaking this point right here. Now this is a bullish inverted J pattern. You can see it better on a 6-month chart here on a daily with daily candles. But you've got that real tall narrow pattern and that inverted J pattern. Sometimes this is referred to as a bullish inverted scallop pattern, because it looks like scallops, I guess, in the water. The rounding nature of the top portion of the pattern is what you want to look for, and then on the right side of the base, I want to see a higher low and followed by a higher high, and then what I do is take some profit at 4 to 10%, maybe more. I think in this case it might have been a little bit more than that. Part of the profit there, and then see how it looks. In this case, I just took the rest off here at the breaking of this candle here. It just didn't look as strong as I was hoping. I was hoping for a move up to here and then a break of that high, but we get out with like a 8-10% profit within a couple days on that. And the next one though, the one this week that we're in is Omeros, I guess is how you pronounce it. And again, it's that tall narrow pattern, that bullish inverted J pattern. But again, we didn't see that pullback. I want to see 2 daily candles make new lows here. I want to see a really, a decent pullback on a daily chart, followed by the breaking of the prior high. Okay, and that it kind of did that, but it didn't really have that, second move lower, forming the higher low and testing that prior low to really make that more firm or tested. Broke this point here, and I was waiting for another break of a consolidation here, and thought it might move up to 27.09. Saw some volume coming in yesterday late afternoon, so I took a small position on it, and I'll stop that at the entry point. It may move up here to 25 next week. We'll have to see on that. But that's pretty good trading setup on that one. And I don't think though that they have the rapidly improving fundamentals that I normally like to trade, like in applied optics and like Facebook right now. Facebook, I think I talked about that the other day. It had that ascending base pattern. It's broken out here. Took some profits up in here when it paused. Again with Snapchat diving, the ascending base pattern often leads to a parabolic move. In some cases, an all-time high. So I don't see the need to sell Facebook right now for a long-term hold. You might want to wait till it pulls back to add to it at this point, or play the earnings report coming up. They have a track record of beating estimates. Not last quarter so much, but the stock behaved and reacted very well after the report. So, we may see a nice move into that earnings release, and we'll see how that goes. Another one that we had in the newsletter recently on a swing trade is CORT. And here we've got an ascending base. We had the break to new highs, and then we have that secondary pattern that's forming here, this nice little symmetrical triangle that you could probably see better on a 5 or 10 minute chart. Okay, so if this one breaks out of that pattern, it may be poised to surge. It's got real strong growth. It's got a good industry, strong growth industry right now. Got those fundamentals to support a big move higher, and it's below 20, so it's not as reliable, and it's going to be a little more volatile. It has a good chance of making a big move once it breaks out of this area here. So, but yeah, Fridays are mostly about, looks like it's actually moving a little bit right now, actually, as I record this, breaking out of a 5-minute pattern, horizontal pattern on a 5-minute chart intraday. But Fridays are normally about getting out of the stocks that we're selling in the 3 stocks to wealth strategy, and that strategy only takes 15 minutes per week. And this past week it was another 5% in a week in 15 minutes. So if you're trading penny stocks, if you want to look at the latest penny stock this morning, the pumpers went out this morning to pump the penny stock. So we had this red-green move on PLUG this morning, and a lot of people swear by or talk about the red and green moves on penny stocks. And, in my experience, they just often don't work very well on penny stocks, stocks under $10 especially. And here's another good example. The stock, apparently wasn't pumping. Dumpers weren't out today to pump this red and green move here. So it actually, had that green candle here and then turned over right away and dropped, 5-10% right away. Beware if if you are trading those lower price stocks, they tend to move quickly, and if the timing is not perfect, oftentimes they work out really bad. So we trade the stocks with the rapidly improving fundamentals, companies that are beating estimates with rising future expectations. Applied Optics is a great example. It had the very strong, consistent earnings growth for a number of years, and then that growth accelerated. It had a great chart pattern on a daily chart. It had some really good setups on a intraday chart as well. And if you want to day trade those type of stocks near a good entry point on a daily chart, those entry points often work very, very well. And on top of that, you also have earnings eruptions trades on stocks over $20 that often, 90% of the time they move at least 3% from the ideal technical entry point if they satisfy all the conditions in the course. And that's based on the back testing we did during the first quarter earnings season. And it may not be that high, going forward. Maybe it's 80%, maybe it's 75%, but it sure beats penny stocks, and the average profit for those trades are going to beat, during a bull market especially, are going to beat, a lot of these penny stock patterns. So be aware of that and be careful out there. And if you don't have to take those kind of risks when you trade stocks, and you'll probably find that your average profits are going to increase if you trade the more quality names that are in very good daily chart patterns. So if you haven't yet, take a free trial of our service, and look for those good day trading patterns close to the entry point on a daily chart. They often look really well. We're seeing Applied Optics, for instance. It's in a strong uptrend. It's got the very rapidly improving fundamentals. So if you like red to green moves, this is one that went up 3-4% easy It's done that a few times this week, I think, or at least one other time this week that I know of. Just because a stock is trading over $5, $10 doesn't mean it can't move. It doesn't mean that your average profits won't be larger. And for most people, they will. It's a lot less stressful. There are a lot more, there's substance behind them. It's not pump and dump. And that's a great way to trade. And if you want to trade in 15 minutes per week and do really, really well, you can check out our 3 Stocks to Wealth program. And it's on another tear higher right now, and it's up in the mid double digits this year so far in just 15 minutes per week with the newsletter. So it makes trading awfully easy, and you can kill yourself 5 days a week to do well. You might do better trading 15 minutes a week on a strategy that's proven over the past 5 years. So if you want to check out that strategy, it's on our site. We'll have a special here real soon on that, sent out to the people that sign up for the free video course on the site where you can learn more about it. Definitely want to check that out. So, all right, we'll look for really big earnings beats next week. We have a lot of stocks reporting next week, a lot of them that tend to beat estimates. And the ones that have the biggest beats next week, we'll set up a few of those. Will set up the earnings eruptions trade that's taught in our new videos, and a few of those will make really big moves for us. So we're excited about next week. This week there's nothing that really met all the criteria in the course. Netflix came close, but not really. And we'll have some big moves next week, though. All right, that's about it for now, and we'll talk to you next week.